Hi guys, welcome to class. Thank you for joining me today. Today's going to be a very sort of hip opening, flowy class. And we are working towards a peak pose today. Now, we're going to offer lots of options. It's a fairly advanced pose. You have to wait and see. But I'm going to offer lots of options, and if you're not there yet, that's totally fine, and you'll have a few kind of alternatives to go for. You might want a couple of yoga blocks just to have, if you know you like to have them, or if you know that you get sore knees, maybe a blanket towards the back of your mat for your knees. Otherwise, we're just going to start in child's pose, so when you're ready, make your way there. So in this child's pose, just have your knees quite wide, bring your big toes together, and kind of like wiggle your way into this. So slowly add like a little sway from side to side, especially if there's the first kind of bit of movement you've done today, or maybe you've been sat at a desk for a little while or in a car. Just ease your way into your body. Don't kind of go straight in. Instead, slowly begin to melt your belly down towards the ground, your chest down towards the ground. Maybe like an arm at a time, a hand at a time, you kind of pull your fingertips forward as if you could go a little bit longer. But you're still sending your bum back towards your heels. You're finding lots and lots of length. And then end up somewhere, kind of, let those movements become smaller and smaller and smaller until you kind of land somewhere in the middle. And then let your attention find your breath. With every inhale, think about the length, that pull forward of your chest towards your fingers, maybe even the fingers creep a little bit further forward. And then on the exhale, find a sense of heaviness, a drop. And just take a few more breaths. Taking a moment to slow down, to arrive on your mat in your body, to notice how you're feeling today. Maybe you feel a little bit tighter than normal, and that's okay, but let that information that you're finding now kind of inform how you go about the rest of your practice. And take another big breath in, and as you do, just look up towards your fingers. Don't lift your head too much, but just a little tilt. And then just creep your fingertips all the way over towards the left, so off of your mat to the left, and melt back down again. Watch out for that right rib cage lifting, like you're just tilting to the left. Instead, can you drop your right ribs down as if you're staying just as flat on the ground as when you reached forward. Maybe you creep your right fingertips a little bit further forward, find a little bit more length through the right. Be intentional here. So it's not just like a tilt, a twist from the hips. Instead, it's this curve, this push of the right set of ribs towards the top right corner of your mat. Can you breathe more space into the right set of ribs? Can you really lift the right ribs to that top right corner of your mat? Take one more breath in. Heaviness again on your exhale. And then as you inhale, look to your fingers and walk them all the way slowly, intentionally to the right, and then melt down again. And notice when you get to the right, if you're tilting towards the right shoulder, and if you are, pull that left rib cage down, make yourself flat on the ground. Keep pulling that left hip crease back, and then find that same curve, that lift of the left set of ribs towards your top left corner of your mat. Make some space in between every single rib, even into the armpit. And soften your shoulders, take a big breath in. Find that heaviness on your exhale. And as you find all of that space in the left, maybe left fingertips reach a little bit further out as if they could find a little bit more length. And take one more breath in. One more exhale, and then walk your hands all the way back to center. You're only going to be here for a little bit longer. I know maybe your hips are talking to you. Just bring the palms together like you've got prayer hands, and take the thumbs towards the base of the neck. Don't worry if you have to split the heel of the hand a little bit together. Maybe slightly tuck the chin. And as you begin to pull the thumbs towards the base of the neck, can you imagine that you're trying to lift your armpits away from the ground? Take one more big breath in. Chest is heavy, take an exhale. And then plant your palms. Keep your chin tucked towards your chest, and as you inhale, roll all the way up to hands and knees. Walk your hands back in if they're not underneath your shoulders, and then tuck your toes to bring your knees underneath your hips. And we'll just start with a couple of circles round into the wrists. And pick your breath up a little bit here. So obviously, as we flow, our breath is a little bit faster. We tend to match our breath to our movement, which is exactly what we're after in a vinyasa practice. So you want to speed up a little bit here, like begin to find a little bit more pace, and then go in the opposite direction. And maybe, it starts off slow, but as your wrists become a little bit warmer, the movement just gets a little bit bigger. Okay, land in center, press down through the knees, and then rise up onto the fingers, but not all the way onto fingertips. Instead, it's like you're lifting up onto the knuckles, just the palms lift, and then come back down. Lift up onto the knuckles and come back down, trying to keep the fingers to the floor as best as you can, and as much weight in the hands as you can, so the weight doesn't sink back too much. We're gonna pulse, so lift and lower for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let your weight sit back a little bit just so you can pick up your hands. Bring the tops of the knuckles to the ground like you're making fists, and then roll to the outside edges of your hands like you've got gorilla arms, and then begin to straighten and bend your arms a couple of times. Handstand fists as best as you can, and you'll probably feel this kind of through the backs of the arms a little bit into your forearms, maybe even into like the backs of your hands. We'll go for 3, for 2, and then on 1, release. Hands come back down again. Bring your shoulders over your wrists. Let's do a couple of rounds of cat-cows. As you inhale, lift your tailbone towards the sky. Begin to drop your belly, pull your chest through your arms, lift your tailbone, lift your gaze, and look up. As you exhale, opposite. Chin goes to chest. Begin to round the space between the shoulder blades, tuck your tailbone, and push the floor away. And go again, inhale, lift your tailbone. Drop your belly, find this wave through the whole of the spine as you pull your chest through your arms and look up. As you exhale, chin to chest, begin to push the ground away and round your spine as you bring tailbone towards your forehead. You've got 1 more. Inhale, lift your tailbone to the sky. Drop your belly, let the rest of the spine follow as you lift your gaze up towards the sky, and then as you exhale, press it round. Press into the floor. Keep pressing, keep pressing, keep pressing, keep filling the space between the shoulder blades. Press into your knees, tuck your tailbone, take 1 breath in here. And then exhale to release. Tuck your toes straight into a downward facing dog. So much like in that child's pose, when you first get into your downward facing dog, let the movement be quite big. So, you're bending a knee, straightening a leg, wiggling out your hips from side to side, finding lots of little bits of movement. And then progressively, slowly over time, over the next few breaths, just begin to make those movements a little bit more subtle. Let them become a little bit smaller. Still breathing, still pushing the ground away until eventually you end up in stillness. Soften your knees as you pull your hips back in space. Ears in line with the biceps, armpits lifting up and away from the ground. Take a full breath in. And a long full breath out. Full breath in. And full breath out. Inhale, lift to tiptoes. Exhale, push into your hands to bring your chest towards your thighs as you bend your knees, and then push off of your legs. Ripple and round and come forward to plank. When you get there, stay. Pull your lower belly up and in. Side tucking the tailbone. Can you send your collarbones forward but round the space between the shoulder blades? And hold it here for another 5. Legs are really strong, like you're trying to lift your thighs up towards your hamstrings. For 3, 2, on 1, we're going to lower, but we're going to lower with control. So to the belly for 3, for 2, for 1. Good. Okay, bring your fingertips out wide. Slight turn out in your hands like you're trying to have your thumb and your index finger in a straight line. Tuck your chin towards your chest, press into the tops of the feet, and then as you inhale, root and rise. Begin to fill the space between the shoulder blades. As you exhale, shoulders roll back, collarbones wide, and ripple as you come all the way back down. 2 more like that. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. And exhale to lower. A little bit different this time. Inhale to lift. This time as you exhale, bend the right elbow a lot and begin to drop the right shoulder towards the ground like it could tap the floor in the center of your mat. And then lift back up, inhale. Exhale, chest up as left shoulder drops. Inhale, lift back up. Stay strong in the legs. One more each side. Exhale, right shoulder drops, bend into the right elbow. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, bend into the left elbow, left shoulder drops. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, roll all the way down. Hands come by your ribcage, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts to the sky. First one, don't worry about how high it is, but just notice. Can you square the hips? Can you squeeze the inner thighs? Can you feel that sensation through the backs of your legs? Stay for a breath in. On your exhale, bend your right knee, squeeze your heel towards your bum, and then bring your knee in towards your chest. 3 circles, so big circle out to the right, and then bring your knee back into your chest. Good, 2 more. Big circle out to the right, back into your chest. Arms stay strong. Big circle out to the right, but then this time, keep the knee lifting to the sky and stack right hip on top of left. Can you drop the right shoulder down a little bit? Can you squeeze your right heel towards your left bum cheek? Inhale, right leg goes straight-ish. As you exhale, begin to come forward like you're going to come into plank pose, and then right toes land. Lower all the way to your belly. Inhale, really gentle cobra. So pull your hands back towards your toes, peel your chest up, press your hips down, exhale to lower. Tuck your toes, come through a child's pose. So even if you don't need it, just take a second, maybe flip your palms for one moment, wiggle out your fingers. And then come forward, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts, inhale. Again, notice. Squeeze the inner thighs. Notice how much space you have on this first one. Can you drop that left hip down if it's opening up a little bit? Can you keep lifting into the chest, reaching the crown of the head forward, but pulling the hips back? One more breath in. Exhale, squeeze your heel towards your bum, and then draw your knee in towards your chest. You've got your 3 circles. This time, knee moves out to the left, and then comes back in. Circle the knee out to the left, really big circle, bring it back in. One more, knee out to the left. This time when it lifts, stay and come into a stack. So left hip on top of right. Watch if that left shoulder really lifts. Can you just pop it down a little bit? Can you keep the chest lifting, reaching through the crown of the head? Can you pull your right toes, exaggerate them, pull them, spread them wide. Inhale, left leg to the sky. As you exhale, come forward to plank pose, left toes land, and lower to your belly. Inhale, gentle cobra. Exhale to lower down, tuck your toes, find that child's pose again. Flip your palms so they face up if your hands need a little rest. Big breath in. Full breath out. And then come forward, tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts to the sky. As you exhale, high on your left tiptoe, draw your right knee in towards your chest, come forward, right knee taps as high up on the right arm as you can get it. Squeeze your heel towards your bum and hold for 3, 2, downward facing dog on 1, left leg lifts, inhale. As you exhale, come forward, left knee finds left tricep, pull as high up on that left arm, maybe even into the armpit. Fill the space between the shoulder blades, squeeze your heel towards your bum and hold for 3, 2, downward facing dog on 1. Inhale, lift to tiptoes. Exhale, push into your hands, bend your knees, chest to thighs. Inhale, come forward, plank pose. Lower all the way down to your bellies. This time, Salabhasana. Fingertips reach back towards your feet. As you inhale, rise, lift the legs. Roll your shoulders back, lift your arms, spin your palms to the face down, little fingers in. Can you lift the backs of the hands higher? Can you skim the earth? Take 1 more inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts to the sky. High on right tiptoe, draw your right knee in towards your chest, tap right knee, right armpit. And then step your right foot down in between your hands. Now, if this is where maybe you want like blocks underneath your hands, that's totally fine. Like you've got some longer arms, that's okay. But if you don't need them, don't worry. Inhale, pull your chest forward. Send your left heel back behind you, maybe you look forward. Find all of this length. And then keep that strength in the legs, but push the floor away more. Exhale, pyramid pose, fold. Right leg goes straight-ish. High on that back tiptoe, so both legs are really, really active here. Squeeze your inner thighs. Can you lift your tailbone towards the sky and pull your chest towards your toes? You're here for another breath in. And another breath out. Inhale, bend into your right knee. Plant your hands. Three-legged dog, right leg lifts to the sky. This time straight into that stacked position that we had before. So right hip stacks on top of left. Take a full breath in. Can you lift the right knee higher? As you exhale back, knee comes into the chest and step the foot through between your hands. Drop down your left heel, warrior two. Inhale to rise all the way up. And then exhale, kind of settle in. So drop into the knees, sink into the hips, reach into your fingers. Pull your feet together underneath you, go really nice and long with your arms. Take a full breath in. And a full breath out. Flip your front palm. Inhale, reverse. Now keep that strong bend in that right knee. Keep it pressing down, that sinking of the hips. Nothing else moves. Just like we did in that child's pose, lift into that right rib cage as you lift your right arm up and over. Breathe some space here, push into the feet. And then as you exhale, come forward, both hands cartwheel towards the inside of that right leg, like you're reaching towards the top left corner of your mat. Pull your chest forward, take a breath in. And then exhale, hands reach a bit further forward as you bow down. And pull the hips in, pull the chest towards the fingers, full breath in. Full breath out. Hands walk a little bit closer towards your right foot. Either the right hand can come on a block, it can stay on the floor, or you could rest your right elbow on your right thigh, extended side angle, left arm to the sky. Push your hips towards the left side of your mat, lean back away towards the right. Can you reach through the crown of the head and use the strength of that back foot to find more length here, to more kind of side stretch. Take an inhale. Exhale, left hand lands. Pivot to the ball of the right foot. Inhale, right arm lifts to the sky. Push out of the ground. Keep the legs nice and strong. Can you widen your wingspan? Exhale, right hand lands. We're going back to where we came from. Left heel plants flat. Inhale, left arm to the sky. Open up, grow wide. Exhale, left hand down. Pivot to the ball of the right foot. Left foot. Inhale, right arm to the sky. High lunge twist. Exhale, right hand lands. You've got one more. Left heel drops. Inhale, hips towards the left, arm up towards the sky, breath in. Exhale, left hand down, ball of the back foot, right arm lifts, push out of the feet, take a full inhale. Exhale, plant your hands and step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg to the sky. As you exhale, draw your left knee in towards your chest. Tap, left knee, left tricep, squeeze into the belly, and then step the left foot through. Tented fingers, inhale, pull your chest forward, send your right heel back. Find some length. As you exhale, legs go straight-ish, push the floor away, keep those legs nice and strong, and fold all the way down. Back leg stays nice and strong, so high on your back tiptoes. Can you lift your tailbone to the sky? Can you pull your toes towards your chest towards your toes? Stay for the breath in. Heavy breath out. Inhale, bend into your left knee, plant your hands, left leg to the sky, three-legged dog, bend your knee, stack your hip. So spin left hip on top of right hip, push into the hand, squeeze your heel towards your bum. High in the right tiptoe, come forward again, left knee to left, tricep, and then step the left foot down between the hands. Drop down your right heel, cartwheel all the way up and over, breath in. And then exhale to sink down into your warrior two. Feet pull together underneath you. Hips sink down towards the earth. Arms go nice and long. Everything stays as it is. Flip your front palm and reverse. So keep pushing that left knee over the left toes. Lift into the left rib cage as if you're finding more stretch, more space there. Take a big inhale. And then exhale to come forward, both hands to the inside of your left foot. And then they reach a little bit further forward as you pull up for a halfway lift and fold on your exhale. Left hip pulls in as if you're trying to bring it in line with your left knee. Keep some length in your spine. Use the hands to help you, whether pushing or pulling feels more helpful, whatever works. Take a full breath in. Full breath out. Hands walk a little bit closer towards that front foot. Your version of extended side angle, so maybe left hand is on a block, maybe elbow is to thigh. Either way, right arm lifts to the sky as your hips move towards the right hand side. Lean back towards the left. Spin right rib cage towards the sky and really push out of that back foot to find more length through your spine. Full breath in. Exhale, right hand lands, pivot to the ball of the back foot. Inhale, left arm to the sky. So widen your wingspan here, really spin from left rib cage, push out of the right hand, inhale. Exhale, left hand lands, drop down that right heel. Inhale, right arm to the sky, extended side angle, find length. Exhale, right hand lands, pivot to the ball of the back foot, left arm to the sky, inhale. Exhale, left hand down. Last one, right heel plants, inhale, right arm to the sky. Exhale, right hand down. Ball of the back foot, inhale, left arm to the sky. Exhale, left hand to the outside of the left foot and step back. Downward facing dog. Stay for the inhale. Let everything go as you exhale. Inhale, lift to tiptoes, bend knees. Exhale, roll forward to plank pose. Inhale, exhale, lower to your belly. Inhale, back bend. Exhale to lower, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts, inhale. Exhale, high on right tiptoe, draw your right knee into, left tiptoe, draw your right knee into your chest and step your foot through. Tented fingers, inhale, pull your chest forward, send your left heel back. Exhale, push the floor away, legs go straight-ish as you fold, pyramid pose. Inhale, right knee bends, plant your hands, three-legged dog, bend your knee and stack your hip. Options here, either stay. Stacking the hip is a great place to be, think about opening up, or slowly begin to transition to wild thing, stepping your right foot all the way behind. From here, when your right toes land, bend both knees, like load your legs, and then shoot up. Inhale, push into the feet, tuck your tailbone, scoop up that lower belly, right arm lifts up and over towards the sky, wild thing. Take a full breath in. Curve the heart to the sky, full breath out. Good, one more breath in, push the ground away, reach through those right fingers. Exhale, again, let's bend both knees, load the legs. From here, left foot stays planted, especially that left big toe. Pick up the right foot, but let it hover like you're in a side plank. So push the toes towards the back of the mat. Left leg goes straight-ish, right arm comes overhead. You're only here for one breath, but can you find lengthen to the right hand side? And then exhale, right knee comes into your chest and steps to the top of your mat. Good job. We're going straight into an extended side angle. So right hand comes down on the inside of that right foot or the block or your thigh, whatever helped. Left arm to the sky. Take an inhale. As you exhale, reach your left arm up and overhead. Now push into the back foot. Reach through the crown of the head and the left fingertips. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Let's reverse. Inhale, left arm reaches back. Keep that bend in that right knee again. Right arm comes all the way up and overhead. Lift into the right hand side. And then as you exhale, come forward. So reach through those right fingers. Now keep reaching, keep reaching, keep reaching. Half moon. Right hand can be on a block if you need it to be. Right knee can be bent if you need it to be. Just like in our extended side angle, let's spin. Left rib cage to the sky. Left toes lift up and behind, left arm reaches. Keep reaching through the crown of the head, pushing through the toes. Can you almost traction, right hand back towards the back of the mat, like you're pulling the fingertips back to pull the chest forward. You're here for 3. For 2. On 1, much like on that side plank, draw your left knee in towards your chest, keep the knee high. Now push out of the right foot, come all the way up to standing in stork pose. Take an inhale. Exhale, left foot crosses on top, over the top of the right foot and come all the way down into a fold. Cross-legged forward fold. Take an inhale and a full exhale. On your inhale, find a halfway lift. So soften your knees if you need to. Begin to pull your chest forward, send your bum back. Remember, hands can be on blocks. Now begin to lift, push into the left foot, pick up the right foot and send the toes all the way back behind you. As you do, pull the chest in the opposite direction. Warrior 3 variation. Take an inhale. Stay for the exhale. Push the ground away. Do one more. Inhale. Exhale, right toes land. Push into the hands. Downward facing dog, left toes land. Inhale, left leg lifts to the sky. As you exhale, draw your left knee in towards your chest and then step left foot down between your hands. High lunge variation. Inhale, pull your chest through, send your right heel back. Exhale, legs go straight-ish as you fold all the way down high on your back tiptoe. Inhale, bend into your right knee, plant your hands. Three-legged dog, left leg lifts to the sky, bend the knee and stack the hip. Keep pushing out of your hands, lifting your armpits. And then options here, stay or wild thing. If you're coming into wild thing, slowly, left foot begins to step behind as left hand lifts. Remember, we're going to bend both knees. So push into the right hand, bend both knees, load the legs, tuck your tailbone, and as you do, inhale, lift left arm all the way up and overhead. Perfect. Squeeze the inner thighs. Can you lift the hips up towards the sky? Keep pressing into the right hand. Full breath in. Push, full breath out. Good, one more. Inhale. Exhale, bend both knees. We're loading the legs, especially that right big toe. From here, as you inhale, push right foot away from you. Right leg goes straight-ish as left foot hovers just alongside it and left arm reaches overhead. You're not here for long. Stay for one breath in. Exhale, squeeze left knee in towards your chest. Hand can help if you need it to. Step to the top of your mat. Extended side angle, right heel drops. Left hand down. Inhale, right arm to the sky. Grow wide first, push out of the ground, widen through your arms, and then exhale, right arm comes overhead. Push through that right foot, the outside edge, reach through the right fingers, and through the crown of the head, inhale. Stay for the exhale. On your next inhale, left knee stays exactly where it is. Right arm reaches back, reverse, left arm to the sky. Big side stretch through that left hand side and then close it all off. Exhale. Left hand reaches out in front of you. Right toe slurp up towards you and then right leg lifts. Right arm reaches to the sky. Left hand on a block if you need it to be. Left knee bent if you need it to be. Right leg, back leg is active though, so can you lift it to the sky? Can you spin from the right rib cage? Can you widen from left fingers to right fingers? One more breath in. On your next exhale, right knee comes into your chest. Now squeeze it in as you push out of your left foot. Inhale, arms to the sky. Push out of the left foot, reach through the fingers, and then exhale, right foot lands in front of left. Cross-legged forward fold. And take a second to soften here. And lift the tailbone to the sky. Drop your chest towards your toes. And relax your face. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, halfway lift. Pull your chest forward, hands to blocks if you need it to be. Now push out of the right foot, slurp that left leg back, warrior 3 variation, but keep pulling your chest through. You're here for 2 breaths. Left leg lifts high, but drop the left hip bone down. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, left toes land, right toes land. Downward facing dog, take an inhale. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, lift the tiptoes. Exhale, bend your knees. Inhale, come forward, plank pose. Knees down, chest down, or chaturanga, or skip it. Your flow, your practice. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts to the sky. This time, bend the knee, stack the hip straight away. Stay for the inhale. As you exhale, come forward and tap right knee to right armpit. And then right foot steps out wide. Drop down your back knee. Now make this quite a short lizard stance. Often we'll really walk the arms out and kind of like find a really long lunge, but I want you to make this quite short. So kind of box-like with your legs, hands on the inside of your right foot. Take an inhale, pull your chest through your arms. Hands can be on blocks if you need them to be, and then exhale, bend your elbows as you fall down. 2 more like that. Inhale, push into your fingers, lift your chest. Exhale, bend your elbows as you fall down. Inhale, push into your fingers, lift your chest. Stay. This time, left arm reaches to the sky. So left arm right arm is going to work kind of like a little stop. So it's not going to let the right knee drop in. Right arm is solid. Left arm lifts to the sky. Let your hips twist, or you'll let your chest twist. Left arm to the sky. Keep pushing that right arm into the right knee. You're here for 3. For 2. On 1. Back leg slightly pivots. So you're going to spin your toes so they're facing towards the right a little bit more, like you've got this kickstand. Push off of the front foot, right leg goes straight, left hand lands at the back of your mat. You're in a gate pose, right arm reaches all the way up and overhead. Find all of this stretch through the right hand side. Big breath in. On your exhale, pull your right heel back towards you as you come back to where you came from. Hands to the ground on the inside of your right leg. Okay, we're gonna come into, just sit for a second. We're gonna come into our first round of compass. So, we're gonna do this in a step-by-step approach, okay? So, first option, back knee is where it is. You're in that shortened lizard pose again. Your right hand is gonna come behind, so underneath and behind your right foot. From here, left arm reaches to the sky as you lift onto right tiptoe. Option 1. Come back now. Option 2. Similar, but we're adding on. So right hand is where it is. You're lifting onto your right tiptoe again, but your left hand is going to come over the top of the right foot and hold onto the outside edge. From here, as I press into my right hand, I'm going to squeeze my right heel towards my chest. So push and then squeeze in. So it's really hooking that leg around the right arm. Flex your right foot, so right foot is active. You could stay here. This, like, picking the foot up is like a definite win. Or you begin to kick your foot into your hand as you look underneath your left arm. And then when you're ready, bend the knee and release. Okay. The full option would be to have the back leg extended. So we'd be almost in those warrior 2s that we've been doing a lot of today. Tuck your back toe, drop your left heel down. You're in warrior 2 feet, but we've still got the right arm underneath the right leg. From here, I'm going to lift onto my right tiptoes again. I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to pull my right heel towards my chest. From here, flex the foot and then begin to push the foot into the hand as you push the foot towards the top of the mat and find the full expression. When you're ready to come out, you're going to bend your knee and plant your foot back down. Okay, so if none of that was there for you today, I want you to just work on lifting up onto the tiptoe. Then it's to hook the foot around. Then maybe it's to lift the foot up. Maybe then you begin to kick the foot out in front. And then when you've got all of that, you want to extend the back leg, feel free to add that little add-on if you feel like having a play. We're going to choose one of those and have a full... Remember, you can always pause this video and go back as many times as you need to. But we're going to have a go with one of those. We're going to hold it for a count of about 5 breaths. And then we'll do the same on the other side. Okay, so your choice, where you want to take this today. Remember that we learn skills by practicing and developing them over time. So if you're right at the beginning, it's okay. Like I was too, but you'll get there. Promise. You just have to remember that you can't always run before you can crawl. Okay. So find your option of where you want to be. Maybe it's in the warrior 2 feet. Maybe it's in that lizard variation. Right hand comes underneath the right leg, lift up onto the right tiptoes. Maybe you're staying here. Maybe you're holding onto the outside edge of the right foot, push into that right hand, and then slurp the right leg around up towards the chest. Keep the leg high, higher the tricep, lots of work we've already been doing. And then begin to kick the foot into the hand, away from you, away from you, away from you. Let the hips come towards the left, again, like we've already been doing in all those warrior 2s. Now can you push out of the back foot? You're here for 5, 4, 3, 2 on 1, slowly bend the knee and lower down. Left hand lands, right hand lifts over the top of the right foot. Step the right foot back, drop down onto your knees. Bring your hands onto your lap, close your eyes. Full breath in, full breath out. Let it all go. Do one more. Full breath in. Let it all go. Full breath out. When you're ready, downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, lift your hips. Inhale, left leg lifts to the sky. Exhale, bend your knee and stack your hip. High on the right tiptoe, come forward. Left knee finds left tricep. Step the left foot down and drop down the back knee. Find that short lizard lunge. Inhale, pull your chest through. Blocks if you need them under your hands. Exhale, bend your elbows as you bow. Inhale, pull your chest through. Exhale, bend your elbows as you bow. Inhale, pull your chest through. Stay. Right arm lifts to the sky. Left arm works as a stop against that left knee falling in. Think about spinning right ribs high. Push out of the left hand, out of the right knee. Can you reach through the crown of the head? Find length through the spine. Use your core for 3. For 2 on 1, right foot kickstands towards the left. Right hand reaches back behind as you push out of your left leg. Left arm comes all the way up and overhead. Gate pose. Find all of that length through the left. Full breath in. And full breath out. Good. Inhale, drag your left heel towards you. Come back to where you came from. Both hands on the inside of your left leg. Okay, you've got your options. Either you're coming at, you're staying in your lizard lunge from here. Maybe your biggest thing is bringing the hand underneath your left foot and lifting onto your tiptoes. Maybe from here you lift to your tiptoes, grab the outside of your foot, and then draw your heel towards your chest. Maybe you then begin to push the foot and extend the leg. Maybe you're doing this with your back toe tucked and then drop your heel in your warrior 2 feet. Find your choice. Remember, both sides might be a little bit different, and that's okay. Okay, so your choice of where you are, left hand behind left foot. Lift up onto the tiptoe, the left tiptoe. You can stay here if this is where you need to be. Right hand holds onto the outside of your left foot. Left knee is high on your left arm. Hug left heel towards your chest. Keep pushing out of that right foot if you're on it. Begin to kick your left foot forward. Can you send your hips forward? Can you find that rainbow with your spine? You're here for 5. Push out the left hand for 4. For 3. For 2. On 1. Release. Left hand to the outside of your left foot. Drop down your right knee. Bring your left knee in alongside it. Bring your bum towards your heels. Close your eyes. 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Blink open your eyes. From here, inhale, push out of both knees. Reach your arms to the sky. Extend through the hips, through the belly, through the fingers. Exhale, cactus your arms, lift your chest. And then as you pull your hands back to heart center, break at your hips and bring your bum back towards your heels. You've got 2 more. Inhale, push out of your shins. Send your hips forward, your belly forward, your chest forward, arms to the sky. Exhale, cactus your arms, squeeze your elbows towards your hips. And as hands pull to heart center, bum comes back towards your heels. You've got 1 more. Inhale to lift. Exhale to cactus your arms, lift your chest. And then bring your hands to your heart and your bums back towards your heels. Full breath in. Full breath out. If you have time now for a full Shavasana, please make the time to do so. If you don't, maybe just take 5 breaths mindfully here before you go around the rest of your day. Either way, thank you so much for practicing with me today. I really hope that you enjoyed it and have a lovely day. I'll see you soon. Bye.